Well, we have Dr. Pamela Gardner, cardiologist with Lima Memorial Heart and Vascular Institute, here to speak with us today about women and heart disease. Now, we know that February is dedicated to raising awareness about heart disease as being a leading cause of death among Americans, especially women. So, Dr. Gardner, first of all, thanks for being with us today. What are some risk factors for heart disease?
In general, everybody. Things like blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, obesity, kidney disease, all of those things are risk factors for everyone across the board. Family history is huge. If you know that your relatives, especially at an earlier age, for women that's 50 or younger, and your mom, your grandmom, whoever has had a heart attack by that age, then you need to be looking at your own risk factors and modifying those very, very carefully, because that is a huge setup for you to also have an issue. Things like prevention, get that cholesterol down, exercise, control your weight, and if you're diabetic, get that hemoglobin A1C down under 7.
Okay, so family history is very important, and I understand some of the signs and symptoms of a heart attack can be very different between men and women. What are some common signs of a heart attack for a woman?
We do have the same thing that you typically think of, the crushing chest pain, heavy pressure, tight, burning chest, neck, jaw, or between the shoulder blades, maybe arm heaviness or tightness. But sometimes it's something as simple as you're vacuuming or doing some kind of an activity and you hit the wall. All of a sudden you are just out of steam and you've got to stop and rest. And in a few minutes, you've recovered and you can go right back to the activity again, but then it comes back. That's scary. You need to have that investigated. It can be something like just nausea. You're doing an activity and you get sick to your stomach. Like, why is that? That you need to have that checked out. Can it be your stomach? Yeah. Other things that can mimic are if you have acid reflux and acid splashes on the bottom of the esophagus, it can put it into spasm and you get chest discomfort. Here's your esophagus, here's your heart. And so it's real hard sometimes to tease it out. And I think that it's paramount that we stop and figure out which it is. We've got simple testing that's non-invasive that can be done to check that out. Start with an EKG, stress testing, that sort of thing. Another thing that really worries me, and I've got several young women that have had this happen, they, in the early period after their pregnancy, develop chest discomfort. And who thinks of a 20, 30-year-old having a heart attack? Especially if you smoke, you are at risk for having what I call spontaneous dissection, tear in one of the blood vessels to the heart. So if someone you know and love has just had a baby and is with activity developing these symptoms, we need to check that. We can't be just thinking, well, you know, it's acid or it's whatever. We need to be very vigilant about that kind of thing and check it out, because that can be a devastating situation. And I've had 2 women over the course of my career literally die from this.
Doctor, we're short on time, but real quickly, can someone get in to see someone quickly if they're showing signs or symptoms of these?
Yes, the Memorial has developed a same-day appointment for cardiovascular issues, and the number on your screen is the number to the office. You can call, and we will get you seen within that same day.
Dr. Pamela Gardner, thank you so much for your time with us today, and we will be back with more right after this.